Good morning, this is Kelly Land on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A pedestrian is dead after being hit by a vehicle in Sioux Falls Tuesday evening.
At around 5:30 p.m., Sioux Falls police, along with fire and ambulance crews, were called to the intersection of West 26th Street and South Lake Avenue for a report that a person had been hit by a car.
A Jeep was heading east on West 26th Street when the driver hit a person in the road. The person who was hit was found with life-threatening injuries.
Life-saving efforts were administered, but the person later died at a local hospital. The incident is currently under investigation.
The South Dakota DCI says an officer was justified in a deadly shooting in Beersford.
The case dates back to November 21st when an officer stopped an SUV at the Trucktown Travel Plaza. Authorities say the officer tried to arrest 36-year-old Christopher Pearson when Pearson took the handcuffs and started to walk back to his SUV.
The officer fired his taser twice, but Pearson didn't stop. Officials say Pearson took a gun out of the SUV and pointed it at the officer. That's when he was shot. Testing showed Pearson's blood alcohol content was nearly 3 times the legal limit.
KELOLAND News reached out to the Pearson family for comment. You can find their statement with this story on our website.
A Sioux Falls man accused of threatening to burn down an apartment building is in the Minnehaha County Jail this morning.
28-year-old Mohammed Mansari is charged with making a terrorist threat. The case stems from a standoff Tuesday morning near 46th Street and South Sertoma Avenue on the southwest side of town.
Court documents say he was live streaming on Facebook, and in the video you could see a door barricaded with furniture, a large steak knife, and Mansari burning a Bible. After several hours, police made the arrest.
It's the second time this week that police have been called to the apartment.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munn. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Travis. Good morning, everybody. Another mild day, windy day, and even a chance to see some rain showers. So we do have a lot going on over the next 24 to 36 hours as numbers will quickly cool with the passage of a cold front that will move through tonight and tomorrow. But in the meantime, today with southerly winds, numbers will warm to the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And there's a chance for rain showers as we do go through the afternoon and evening. And Brian will talk more forecast details, especially the strong wind coming. He'll have those details coming up here in just a bit.
Thank you, Scott. A Canastota native is bringing his talents back to South Dakota.
Matthew Mayer has traveled around the world playing the piano, but KELOLAND News has been following him ever since he was in high school.
For 9 months, I hand wrote a song for our 14-piece band instrument. And it was played one time at that spring concert. Vernon Brown did a story on it. I didn't know he was coming out. And then he also came out, and Kello did the story in the first CD released in 1999.
Tomorrow, Mayer has a performance at the Orpheum Theater in Sioux Falls. He says it's a venue that he's always dreamed of playing.
The wintry weather we've experienced every weekend since Thanksgiving has taken its toll on local businesses.
The owner of Zambros in downtown Sioux Falls says the variety store was on pace to match last year's record-setting numbers prior to Thanksgiving, but is now down 7% for the year. That's a 7% loss in just 3 weeks.
And they don't want to risk the whiteout or the slippery roads getting here. We can tell. And we hope we see those people this weekend.
We're very hopeful that this is a weekend of redemption for our small businesses downtown. And you know what? Sioux Falls shows up.
A number of downtown businesses are participating in a Snowbuster event this Friday and will look to stay busy between now and Christmas.
Authorities in northeastern South Dakota are asking for help in solving a mystery.
Who can build the best snowman? You can send pictures of your snowmen to the Clark County Sheriff's Office by January 11th.
Officials say the snowman could be built out of snow or anything else you have lying around. Photos will be posted to social media on January 12th, and voting will go until 5 p.m. on January 19th.
The photo with the most likes will be the winner. Winners will be announced on January 21st.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another Check Your Weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather headlines for today. Well, it's going to be very mild. That's some positive news, but it already is going to be a kind of a windy day with a south-southwest wind. Rain showers tonight, and then our attention turns to all the big winds starting West River tonight. And we expect that the winds, specifically in Rapid City and sourcing up into northwest South Dakota, could be well over 75 miles an hour. at times. So that's enough to create damaging winds. We just want you to be alert to that. Sioux Falls at this point, I would say yes, definitely worthy of a high wind warning tomorrow. Probably some gusts around 60 miles per hour in the morning, but we're probably not going to get to that 70-mile-an-hour range. I don't anticipate that in Sioux Falls at this point. But big system, big wind maker here coming in out of the Pacific Northwest. This is the fire hose of Pacific air, and it's coming across the Rockies. So as that air descends and we tighten up the pressure because of basically the difference between low pressure to our north and high pressure to our northwest, it's basically going to sandwich a lot of this air across our region. Where we get a little snow chance, and I'm telling you right now, it's not a huge amount, but it is there, even an inch or two. It could create a blizzard at times tomorrow in the Northeast. So that's still a watch. It's not a warning. So that could go either way. Be paying attention to that. High wind warning for the rest of us. And that, again, plasters basically pretty much the rest of our Kettleland viewing area. Let's parcel out the wind forecast. We'll take it one chunk at a time on Futurecast. And there we go. Today already, probably more than 40-mile-an-hour winds in winter in O'Neill, Nebraska. Did I mention, too, that the fire danger is actually pretty substantial today? So another thing to add to your list, just to kind of be aware of that in southwest South Dakota and into the south central areas. Now, after some wind today out of the south or southwest, it's going to turn to the northwest late this evening and overnight. I want you to watch the number in Buffalo, South Dakota. That's going to give you an early bird's heads up on what's going on here, because if that number starts going over 70 miles an hour, that's going to, of course, pour into Faith and Mobridge and Rapid City. And then what's going to happen is that wind's going to then fan out. It's not as bad, but still strong in our eastern counties, probably at least at 50 to 60 at times. But then all of that's going to race through during the morning into the early afternoon. Some good news: by the end of the day, Rapid City will be done. In fact, even Chamberlain and Winter, look how fast that wind machine starts to shut down, and then it'll be a lot better going into Friday. All right, here is a look at the forecast as we get into today. Again, some rain showers out there. Right now, I do expect this also to be a story. Those are those little snow squalls tomorrow with all that wind. See how Futurecast picks up on that. Interesting to see this little comma head right here in the Northeast. So that's why, again, during the morning hours, we got to pay attention to Britain and Webster and Sisseton. We're really going to kind of call that little pocket out there. The rest of this forecast, in case you're curious, well, it starts moderating this weekend again. And next week, all I'm going to say right now is that Santa Claus looks a little warm. Let's just keep watching that. But Scott and I have both said that the potential is there for some record highs next week. We'll see where we go. We've still got a lot of time to parcel that out, but that is not good news for a white Christmas, is it? We're going to be melting snow about every day. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. There really isn't much in the way of any precipitation beyond what we're going to get here for tonight and early tomorrow. Anything that lingers Friday, Saturday, in my opinion, looks pretty meager. And temperatures are going to warm back up. Aberdeen, it's a quick shot at cold. It's going to be 2 below zero Friday morning. Then that's it. Then we're going to start warming. Not right away, big time warm, but it still could get above freezing. And the rest of the forecast, Pier and Rapid, looks like 30s and 40s for the weekend. Even Rapid City back to 50s next week. Check out more at kettleland.com.